Hello, my name is Harin Sundi Santoso and I am doing this to complete the task given by MIS subjects. Here, I will enter my login into Dolibarr login form. Here I am the acting chief and the president of this fictional company. Here, my task is to oversee and control the companies as a whole. Here we have home, third parties, product or service, commercial, financial, bank or cash, projects, human resource management, member, training, and agenda. We can see from home area the dashboard of Dolibarr. We can see the statistics of the company, the tasks, and the graphics that show information on such as proposals, our suppliers, customer bills, invoice, and so on. Right now, I have divided my group into several positions. To see the employee here on the company, we choose the user and groups. Here we have 8 users, but only 7 actual employee with super admin is the default that are given by the Dolibarr itself. Here to see a member of the company, we click the user and then we can see the positions such as here the president of commercial and fair and so on. Here my duty is first and foremost to oversee the company and then to control the projects that the company has. Here I show you how to create a new project. A new project is simple. Here you just need to input the label or the name of the project. For example, the project is the expansion of new factorial complex. Of course, you need a third party, and here because it is an expansion, which is a building project, we need to create a new third party that fit with that description. Let's say this is and here is nor prospect or nor a customer because it is a supplier. Well, just put the needed information here, but doesn't really need to be all. Third party type is large company here. Okay, if you doesn't need to add more, you just click create third party, and then you back to the new project form. Here, add the recently created supplier here. The project contract is visible for everybody, and the end of the project is tomorrow. Let's say tomorrow, okay? And the project status is already won. Here I will explain. The prospection means that this is still a prospect. You still analyze the project as it is, fit or not. And the qualification is then you are in a qualification stage. You analyze that if the project is qualified or not. And the proposal is when you and the third party is proposing something before you go to a negotiation. Negotiation here is like you negotiating on an MOU or memorandum of understanding. From that we can conclude that a project is won or lost. Let's say this project is already won. If won, the opportunity probability is of course 100%. There we input the opportunity amount of the project. The opportunity amount is how many that we will get from the project. Let's put 1 million. And the budget is the budget that we need to put for the project. And the description is just put it as you see fit. Expansion. Then after you fill out the form, you call it back. Here's still a draft because this is still a draft. A draft is still in drafting states and note already validated. If you feel that everything is fit, you validate the project. After you validate a project, you can assign new tasks to the project. Before, I will show you how to modify the project. Modifying a project is simple. Here, if you need to change anything, you just need to modify it. But because we don't need to modify anything, we just click cancel here. And then we can put a new task for it. Let's say the task is finalizing the conference. And the child is the last one, that is project number 5. The start date and the end date. The planet workload and the declared progress. Let's say the declared progress is 85%. And put this is the description. And the second. Here the tasks, the list of tasks which the project are assigned to. Here to modify the tasks and to put new time span. New time span, which means the time that spent on the task and the project itself. Let's put it at 10 and 5, which will make the progress to 100%. This is the concept. Yeah. Here the project right now, we have 3 projects by third parties, which is the company name here, and then here the statistic, which is this negotiation, and then this is prospect. So we can see that this is the list of project right now that's still ongoing, still open, but then this is the project that are closed, meaning that the project is already done. And for other thing, I will show you how to adding new user groups. Let's say the name is ES. So position, let's say the officer. And fill it as you see fit. Just depends on what you want to add here. And then just create a new user. So then this employee can now log in using his credential. This is quite simple here. There is some graphics, there is some information here, the distribution of product. For example, you have 2 products and then 1 service, and then our product, our employees, the last one, which will be explained more by my subordinate. For example, this is a contract, which is a contract between my company and third parties. Contract is for service and product is order. But then it will explain more by my colleagues. So I think that's it. That's all I need to explain. Thank you.
To Dolibarr as information manager, you'll have your own username and also password with in mind. Okay, I already logged into my Dolibarr, and then now I'll show you which part that I'm responsible into. As a commission manager, I'm responsible for products and services and also commercial. First, we're going into products and services. In product and services menu, you'll find a mini sub-menu in the left side of the application. There is product, service, warehouse, and also shipment. For the products, as a commercial manager, you can create a new product you have to click this first, and in here you can put the reference code of the product. For example, you can put 10001 and also the name of the product in here. And there is a menu for choosing whether the product is on sale or not for sale here. Also for the status of the product in here. You need to write the descriptions of your product in the description box in here so that the customer will know what is the functions of the product. Also, there is some more information in here about the product, like stocking for alert, nature, weight, length, area, volume, custom code, also the price in here. When all the information already filled, you can click create. This is the example of the rough draft of the product, and I'll show you the list of the product that already created before. Our company already created about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 product before, and this is the one that actually I already shown you earlier. For the new service, it is actually quite similar with new products, but the difference is they have a duration menu which shows how long it would take for the service would be. You can make it by day, hour, day, week, month, and year. You can put notes of the services and also the duration. For example, that this service on available. Right, this service only available in our counter, or it takes 2 days right after you register, or it can take 6 hours right after the products going to the service arrive at the counter. Also, you can put another additional information in here, and I'll show you the list of the services that are already available in our company. In here, we only have one service. So this service is computer service. It has 6 hour duration, and this is the price in dollar. Also, the reference, the code for the last shipment. This is followed by Abdullah and Noor, background of the company also. And that is pretty much the detail. In commercial part, you have 5 big work to do. It's not 5, it's 6. 6 main job is commercial proposal, customer order, supplier order, contract, interventions, and also supplier proposal. But the first one is commercial proposal. The first part of commercial is the commercial proposal. In commercial proposal in here, when you click this one, you'll have the current condition of the commercial proposal in the company. You can search which proposal that you're going to see the details about in here in search tab, and in here in statistics you have the position of the commercial proposal. And in our company we have our condition 100% open, and we have 2 commercial proposal. You can see what proposal it is in here in open commercial proposal. It's for Felidae Familia and also Orbital Atlanta, which both combined worth 9 million. We have no draft for now, so yeah. So we're going to new proposal, create a new one. In here, you have to reference which one is the customer with code +555, and choose the customer, duration, and also other information like payment type, source, availability of delay, shipping method, delivery date, default model, notes for public, and also notes for private. And you can create the draft. So right now we can see in commercial proposal that we have one draft or of commercial proposal for almond sourcing. The next part is customer's order. So Simon's report, it has searching tabs for the order, and next we have statistics also, which is another. In here we have two draft, one validated orders, and also three process or build part. So in here, the draft, in here, this part is explained in here, what kind of draft it is. It's for the familia and also the Naroli order. And it also shows the latest 5 modified order in here. So this data, you can see it detailing in here. Which one is validated is this one for the familia with this code of order from this part, and also two draft and two build. Three build. Actually there's three, but it only shows 5 modified orders. And also this one, customer orders and process. This is build and also this one is process. So combined both of them are 3 in here. This part of statistics. Next, this is how to create the new order for customer. Put the number, the name of the customer, let's say it's just from today, the planned date of delivery, payment terms, payment type, availability of delay, shipping method, source, model, and the notes also. And you have to create a draft. After you create a draft, you have to add a new line what kind of product you're trying to request it. In here, you have your products to be sold, and right after you choose one and add one, you can validate the data, the order. But before you validate, it's only a draft. Next is supplier's orders. In supplier's order, I am not in charge for creating a new order, so I only can see the list part of the statistics part. So here is the statistics, which shows approved for 100%, and we only have one modified order slips for Gazprom. To make a supplier's order, we have we need to approve orders permissions from the other user, which is super admin, admin to examples, and also to admin. Next, for statistics, it's the statistics pretty much. Not too different with this, but this one is more clear for now because we only have one supplier's order. Next, we're going to contracts and subscription. For contract and subscription, the statistic shows 50% of not expired and 50% of running. And this is the contract. What's happening? So almond sourcing one shows it's open and it's currently working. So there's two, and in here also two. The other one is running and the other one is not expired. And also this is how the service is modified. And this two is actually modified one times, so it's counted as one times. We don't have current expired active services, but we do have one inactive one, and it's almond sourcing. So if this one is inactive one, then it's going to be put in non-run, not expired one, and for Gazprom is in not running one. The list of the contract. This is the detail of the software contract that I've shown before. There's the contracts and for services. Yeah, there's two services. So it's better to just see in here for all of the current positions of contracts because it's contained all the information in here. Next, for intervention. Intervention is used for drive projects of the company. And because the project we don't have any intervention currently, so yeah, we don't have the statistic, the draft, so the different intervention. Let's try to create a new intervention. To create the new one, you have to pick the third party first. Let's just yeah, try to choose that one and create a project. Put some description in the project. Well, what if our project is closed, so we can create an intervention draft. Next, we're going to supply proposal. In supply proposal, we only have one proposal here. Here is for Young E Ltd. It's 100%. It's modified one time in here. And here is the sorry, it's just a draft. We don't actually have any supplier proposal or something. Let's create a new one. Supplier, let's say all the sourcing, payment terms, the phase of the month, and bank transfer, cash. No. Okay. So create the draft. This is how the draft of supply proposal looks. You need to add a line before the dated proposal, and this is the predefined products to choose. Currently, there is no price detail between all the product, but let's try to pick one of them. Monitor. Okay. And add. Sorry, we have a technical error. Because there's some technical error, we cannot add new line, unfortunately. So I just cloned the proposal, so yeah, it would be record as the draft in here. That's this one, online sourcing. Just do this draft. Yeah, and this is the statistics. Right. Statistics. Both of them is only draft, so there is no movement of the supplier, so the statistics is empty in here. But yeah, you can see that in this part, the number of the draft is actually added into two, and we only have draft 100%. Thank you. That's all from Commercial Manager. Banyak banget salahnya, ampun.
Nanti aku cepetin sama Eki.
This is my Dolibarr. As Human Resource Manager, my duty is to manage human resource, including members and training. Here I will show you a basic of Human Resource Manager. And now, this is list. We can add new list. For example, Abdullahan. The type of leaves is petition. Start day from 20 April until 26 April. will be reviewed by Andini.
Nggak ada didinya.
Ih, gimana?
Nggak ada didinya.
Kan ini tulisan aku. Kenapa nggak ada?
Bentar.
Gimana? Here will be reviewed by Hatin Zudi Santoso and the description is vacation and trip leave request. What the fuck? Astagfirullahaladzim. Will be reviewed by Hatin Zudi Santoso. And the description is vacation and click leave request. And now a leave request has already been done on this period. And we change the date with 20 April. Iya, 20 April. Kok diganti sih, Dik? Kok diganti sih? And we did. Approved by Andini. Yes. Okay. Here. And now we are going to expenses report. New expense report. So here is the start and the end of our expense report. Just fill it and continue. Who is responsible? The start date is 22 April and it is 24 April. And who is responsible for the expense report? Andini. And not public is party. Not public is Abdullah. And good expense report. And here it is. So this is the project and this is the type order. Description is plastic. Oh, one titik. Okay. And that is wow. Error.
So that's it, guys.
So
That is
that is
how to make
how to make expense report. So that is for my duty.
how you
I will log on. How